welcome back to another Vlogcast with me, your host Heather, also known as the Knitting Pastor. I want to say hello and welcome to everyone who's coming back and watching another Vlogcast with me, and welcome to anyone who is checking me out for the first time. So to give you an idea, I don't do formal podcasts because I don't have the time in my schedule to sit down and record a full podcast. So what I do instead is I record little vlogs throughout the week, and then I compile all of those together into one and I post that. It's really both knitting and then glimpses into my life. I'm called the Knitting Pastor because I am a United Methodist pastor. I serve two small member congregations in very rural western mid-Michigan. So I live near one of the churches that I serve in a parsonage, which is a home that's owned by the church, with my two kids and our dog, Flint. He is a large Rhodesian Ridgeback who makes an appearance every now and again because he does silly things. And it's always fun to see dogs doing silly things. So he will be on here from time to time as well. So one of the things that I do is at the beginning and at the end, I sit down and just record a few minutes and include where I am knitting wise. So I like to do that, and then it's kind of like a progress thing of where was I when I ended last time and where am I at the end of the week. I don't always get a lot of time to knit. I'm extremely busy with having the two churches and the two kids. And in addition to that, I am also going part-time to seminary to get my Master's of Divinity degree, which allows me to be ordained in the Methodist tradition. So that is going on as well. So I have a lot on my plate. Normally I would have done this 2 weeks ago, but my kids had spring break and there wasn't a lot that I could really record. We didn't do a whole lot for spring break. We just kind of caught up with sleep, basically, what we really did. And then I was going to record last week, but I had 3 papers due for my 2 classes. I only have 2 classes, but I had 3 papers due. And I will try really hard not to rant about my one class in particular, because it's very frustrating. It's only 2 credits, and the workload expectation I would put on a 4-credit class. So it's very, very intensive and requires a lot of work, and that is very frustrating. So I had a bunch of papers due, so I wasn't really doing anything other than preparing for churches and working on schoolwork, which is not very interesting to vlog, because that's just not interesting to vlog. So I did not vlog. Started to, but it didn't go anywhere. So I'm going to do it this week, which will be interesting because this week is Holy Week. For those of you who are not part of the Christian faith, I'll kind of explain to you a little bit about what that is. Holy Week marks the period of time between Palm Sunday, when Jesus enters Jerusalem, to Easter Sunday, which marks his resurrection. It's basically the last week of Jesus' life. Different churches do different things throughout the course of the week. It will all kick off tomorrow with Palm Sunday, which, as I said, marks Jesus' entry into Jerusalem. Obviously, I have church tomorrow. And I am doing a small group that I've done through Lent, which is the 40-day period before Easter that Christians use as a time of fasting and self-reflection. It's a very solemn time in the church. So we have been doing a study throughout Lent. And so I will have that study on Monday and Tuesday like I have, for a while now. And then I won't have any services until Friday, when I will do a Good Friday service. Good Friday is the time when Christians recognize that Jesus died on the cross. And then Easter Sunday will happen, and that's when we celebrate Jesus' resurrection. So this is really the holiest part of the Christian calendar. So it's kind of an important time of year. And so I will be doing 3 services on Easter Sunday because my one church does a sunrise service, which starts at 7:30 in the morning, I think. And that is done because the tomb was found empty at sunrise, according to scriptures. So that's why there's a sunrise service. So that's kind of what is going on as far as in the Christian calendar this week. So it will be a busy time because I do have all of that to prepare for in addition to just normal schoolwork. But hopefully I will be able to get some vlogging done that won't be horribly boring because that's no fun. But I'm going to stop rambling before this turns into an actual podcast and show you where I am at with my knitting. I did finish an object. Actually, I should probably tell you what I'm wearing because I am wearing a hand knit. I am wearing the So Faded pullover by Andrea Mowry. It's kind of easiest to see, like if you look at my arm. This is the fade, and it is knit entirely out of the Fawn and the Fox yarns. I'm not sure if I can tell you all of the colorways. This is Mojito. This solid green is Sour Apple. This here is called Siren. And then this, you can see there's a slight difference between Siren and this. It gets more colors. And then this part is called Water Lilies. So this is my So Faded pullover, which I love. And it like fits perfectly. And the fade is like perfect. And I'm really pleased with it. So that's what I'm wearing. What I have been knitting, I did finish. It's not finished. It's just off the needles. And that is the Whakairo shawl by Frenchie of Roja Knits. Not shawl, cowl. It needs to be blocked, so it's still kind of bunchy. But it is almost done. So it does need to be blocked. And then the other thing that I need to do is I need to do crochet like loops along the edge for buttons. And then I need to get buttons and put buttons on the edge because it will go and like sit around your neck like this, and it will, so it's kind of a snug cowl, but it will loosen up a little bit after I block it. The pattern calls for there to be a tassel on the end, but I am not really a tassel person, so I'm not going to put a tassel on it. This was a very enjoyable knit. The yarn is amazing. It is from a dyer here in Michigan, up in Traverse City, which is I'm gonna do the hand up in here. And they're called Why Not Fibers, and I believe the base is Soul and the colorway is Echo, and it just gives really beautiful stitch definition. Like I just think that the stitch definition is amazing on this, and this is such a beautiful pattern. It's drawn from her Maori heritage. And I just think it's amazing how she's incorporating her heritage in her designs. I think that's really awesome and really fantastic and beautiful. So this is done, which I'm very pleased about because it wasn't like, it wouldn't have taken me so long if I actually had time to knit. I don't have a lot of that. So that's done. I am working on a pair of vanilla socks, and those are, I just finished, this is the finished sock. That's not where I'm at. I should have pulled these out of the project bag before I started doing this. I just finished the heel. So the heel is done, and the leg is done. So now I just have to do the foot. These are for David, and the yarn is from Knit Picks, and it is their stroll yarn, and the colorway is called Inverness. And if I tilt it to the side so it catches the light, you can kind of see like the micro striping that it has going on. It's black and dark blue, so it's hard, like if I hold it back here it just looks black, but it is got dark blue striping going on. And I'm knitting him these because the other ones that I've knit him have been more earth toned, and those don't really go well with black or like gray pants. So I wanted to knit him something that would go with black or gray pants. So that's what I'm doing. So as I said, I just yesterday turned the heel. And this is usually like my movie theater, bus stop, band concert, all of that kind of stuff knitting, because I can just knit around and around and I don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about it. I do need to figure out what I'm going to cast on next as like not an on-the-go project, and I'm leaning heavily toward Stephen West's Pierre shawl, and when I get around to to doing that, I'll tell you more about it. I don't know when I will cast that on, if I want to cast that on this week or wait until after Easter. It's hard to say. Again, kind of itching to cast on something new, though. So that is enough babbling to start this vlogcast off. I will talk to you guys again later in the week. So today is now Sunday, April 14th, and it is Palm Sunday, and I am back home from my church services this morning. They went very, very well. I did something very unconventional, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for, with Lent this year, and spent it looking just at the last 24 hours of Jesus' life. And so today on Palm Sunday, which is usually a Sunday of celebration, where we wave palm fronds and all of that, and kind of talk about Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem. Instead of doing that, although we did that to open up with, but my message was not about any of that. It was about the crucifixion itself, because as we've kind of been going through the last 24 hours, it just so happens that the crucifixion was focused on today. We'll focus on it again specifically with the Good Friday service, but that was my message, was based off that. So it was kind of an emotional message, but we got through it, and now I'm back home. I just ate a little bit, and I have to finish a paper that is due tomorrow. This camera angle is like funny. That's due tomorrow, but the other thing that I want to do is I've decided that the next thing I'm going to knit is the Pierre shawl by Stephen West, and I'll show you. I've got the pattern printed out right here. It's the Pierre shawl. You can see there what it is. It's kind of a fade, which for those of you who know Stephen West and you're looking at these colors and it's like, whoa, that's pretty calm for him. But it's a really cool fade with lots of texture happening in it. And so I had purchased a while ago now this set of 4 yarns from Legacy Fiber Arts. They're part of their romance collection. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cake up the first one today, which is this buttery yellow, which I believe is called buttercream frosting. I think that's what that's called. So yeah, that's going to be on my plan, and I'm going to cast that on because Game of Thrones, the last season, starts tonight, and I'm excited about that. So I want a really nice project that I can work on and knit and enjoy while I take a little bit of time out of my busy schedule to enjoy some personal time. So that is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to work on a paper because I need to get that done. And I'm going to change and get out of church clothes and get into comfier clothes. So I will check in with you guys later on in the week. So I did want to show you guys what my backyard looks like and remind you that it is April 14th. And this is what it looks like outside. It is giving this icy, sleety, snowy rain stuff, and it's really gross. And spring has just teased us. If you notice, the grass is starting to become green. There are buds on the trees, and there is snow on the ground. This is Michigan. Good morning. It is Monday, April 15th, and yes, you did hear that date correctly. This is what we woke up to this morning, a bunch of snow on the ground. So it's supposed to warm up, so it'll all be gone by later today, but this is the scene at the moment. I also had a sick boy wake up this morning, so he has testing all week, and with it being Holy Week, I decided I'm going to keep him home today. And then hopefully he'll be able to go to school tomorrow. He did this to me at Christmas time where he got sick right before Christmas. I really don't want him to be sick all week right before Easter. That would not be good. So I am going to go and attend more to him and get on with my business for the day. We found these at the grocery store today. How epic is this? It's Game of Thrones Oreos. And I haven't opened them yet, but on the side, it looks like they have images from houses from Game of Thrones. And I couldn't resist. We had to get them. And the packaging looks so cool. And the kids like Oreos in their lunch. It's one of the things that I let them have. And so, yeah. Game of Thrones Oreos. It is now Thursday, April 18th. And I just wanted to show you, we began the week with a snowstorm and snow on the ground. And it is now 60 degrees, raining, and thunderstorms, which has got Flint completely and utterly freaked out. He does not like the thunder at all, and so he gets very disturbed to hear the thunder or to see the lightning. So that is what the weather is doing at the moment. It's kind of been a crazy week in general. Philip has not been well. He was home from school Monday, and then he was home again yesterday. They're doing state standardized testing this week, so really wasn't the best time for him to be sick, but he was, unfortunately. He has gone to school today. He was definitely feeling better this morning and sounding a lot better, so that's good. My plan for the day is to get my Easter sermon finished. My Good Friday service is already ready to go, which is good because Good Friday is tomorrow. And then tonight we're going to be celebrating Philip's birthday. His birthday is tomorrow on Good Friday, and he was kind of distressed to think that he might have to go to church on his birthday, especially Good Friday, which is a very solemn service. So his dad is going to pick him up from school. So Abby and I will be celebrating Philip's birthday this evening. So in addition to Philip's birthday, we are going to dye Easter eggs. So I've got to hard boil some eggs this morning and get those all ready to go. So the funny thing is with doing this, usually when I purchase eggs, I either get them from this little Amish place that, they raise their own chickens, obviously, because they're Amish. So I get eggs from there, or if I buy them from the store, I typically buy like brown, free-range, organic eggs. So we had to specifically buy white eggs to dye because I didn't have any white eggs, and brown eggs don't really dye all that well.
Happy birthday to you. 3 is divisible by 9. 3 times 3. Birthday, dear Philip. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
So it's Thursday night now, and I'm getting ready to make M&M cookies for Philip to take to school tomorrow for his birthday treat. They have a half day, but they'll be able to have some treats. So I'm going to make these cookies. This is coming from, it's called an M&M Fun Stuff Cookbook, which has got all sorts of recipes that have M&Ms in them. So I've got a bag of M&Ms there with my brown sugar. We are going to make some cookies. So I am about to open my Lord of the Rings yarn club from Molly of a Homespun House. So if you have ordered this club and don't want to see what it is, like you haven't gotten it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, then I would say look away, because I'm going to pull it out right now. Maybe. Ooh! Look at that. That is gorgeous. I love that. What's the colorway name? The colorway name is called Lembas. Okay, so I'm gonna try to unwrap this to take a look and see what that charm is. Okay, so here is the yarn. Like I said, it is called Lembas, which is the elven bread that Frodo and Sam take with them on their journey. That is like what sustains them. And then so the charm looks like it is lembas bread, if I can get it to focus. Wrapped in a green leaf like it is in the movie. So that is super cute, and I love this colorway. Oh my gosh. That is just amazing. Hi everyone. Today is Saturday. Saturday, April 20th, or Holy Saturday, or I think they call it Dark Saturday, which is the day in between Good Friday and Easter. So in the Christian tradition, we don't usually have worship services on this day, but it is kind of like a solemn day in between Jesus' death and resurrection. So I don't have a ton going on today. I am putting on just the finishing touches for my Easter services tomorrow. I will be doing 3 of them, and so I'm getting those final details finished up this morning, and then I've got some schoolwork that I'm going to have to do later. This evening I'm picking up both of the kids. They're both coming home because they will be with me for Easter, and we'll be going to the sunrise services and all the other ones. And then tomorrow we're meeting my mom for lunch. But I've decided that I think because it's been a vlog of Holy Week that I'm just going to continue this video through Sunday, because it just kind of wraps it all off with Easter Sunday and how that ends up going down. So I am going to kind of cap it all off with that. Although I did get the kids' Easter baskets ready since they're coming home tonight, and I don't know if they will look for their Easter baskets before we go to the sunrise service, because it will be pretty early. That service starts at 7:30, so we're going to be leaving the house at about 6:30. So it's kind of early. So this basket is Abby's. It's very Harry Potter Easter. So this one is hers, and she's got a Pickett pop figure, a Dumbledore, and then I found these in Barnes & Noble. They are Patronus keychains, which are something different, and I thought that was kind of cool. And then they really like these magnetic page clips, and she likes avocados, and this one had an avocado on there. So she doesn't like to eat them. She just thinks they look cool. And then her candy of choice was Hershey's Kisses. And then this one is Philip's. He also has a Patronus figure, Hedwig, because he is obsessed with owls. He's getting some Harry Potter page clips that have Hedwig on them. Abby has like all of the Harry Potter ones, so I did not get her Harry Potter. And then he's getting a wireless, this is an adapter that creates, makes your computer Bluetooth basically, because he got some Bluetooth headphones from his dad from his birthday, and he'd like to use them on the computer so that he can talk to his friend when they play Fortnite. But anyway, his candy of choice are the Kit Kat Easter Bunny ears, and they have a little Easter bunny on them. So that is his candy. So these are the Easter baskets. I'm gonna stow them away and then hide them later this evening. Good morning. It's Monday now, April 22nd. It's the Monday after Easter, and I wanted to just log on and kind of close out this vlog for the week. I did not do it last night because yesterday was Easter, and it was a very, very long day. It all kind of started Saturday night. Just kind of like, how is this actually happening? I picked up the kids, and we got home, and Philip was sitting at the table building a Lego that he had received for his birthday when he commented that his ear was kind of hurting him. And I was thinking, oh, that doesn't sound good. So I gave him some Tylenol, and he went to bed. Well, I was getting ready to go to bed at about 10:30 that night because we had a sunrise service at one of my churches at 7:30 Sunday morning. And so we were going to be leaving the house about 6:30 to get down there to get like everything kind of set up and ready to go. Well, at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, right about the time I was getting into bed, I had just gotten into bed, Philip woke up screaming, yelling for me that his ear was hurting, and he was crying and screaming and whimpering, and it was pretty bad. I gave him more Tylenol, got a heating pad for him to put on his ear, gave him some Benadryl, and it just was, he was having a hard time getting any relief from his ear pain. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to go in and tell Abby that I have to take him somewhere in the middle of the night on the night before Easter Sunday. Like the worst night possible for this to happen. He did eventually calm down. I think it was like about 1 or 1:30 in the morning. But he wanted me to sleep in bed with him. And if I got up out of the bed, he kind of became inconsolable again because he just felt so miserable, and he just wanted mom. So I slept with him. I did not sleep very much. Like I said, it was probably about 1:30 before he finally settled down enough to go to sleep. I kind of just dozed until 5 when my alarm went off, and Flint came in and was like, it's time to get up right now because I have to go to the bathroom or something. So he wasn't going to let me like snooze a little bit. So I was up at 5, and then Philip, it was hard to get him up, but I got him up. We went to church. He pretty much slept through the first 2 services, except for like 10 minutes of one of them where he went back with the Sunday school kids, but then he like laid down and went back to sleep. Got him some Motrin, so gave him that. He was awake through my 3rd service, which was the only service that my 2nd church had. But then we went and met my mom for like lunch, Easter dinner, that kind of thing. And he fell asleep sitting in the chair at dinner, just kind of like this. So I was like, I think we need to go stop at urgent care because he was still complaining about his ear hurting. He wasn't screaming, but he was still complaining about his ear hurting. So on the way home, We stopped at urgent care, and sure enough, he has an ear infection in both ears. So they gave him some antibiotics. He's had 3 doses of the antibiotics now. He went to school today because he really has been acting okay, and he's not been running a fever. Apart from yesterday where he slept most of the day. He was acting fine this morning. I think he kind of wanted to stay home because he wanted to, like, play with his birthday stuff. But he needed to go to school because he missed a couple days last week because he wasn't feeling well. So he went to school. Now I'm here. I'm really tired still. I did watch Game of Thrones last night because I needed to do that. So I think I'm going to I might rest a little bit. There's a few things that I need to do today and tomorrow. I'm wrapping up my small group that I've been doing through Lent. I need to follow up with guests who attended my services. So those are a couple of the major things that I need to get done today for work. And then Wednesday, I am on vacation. I say that loosely because I still have to do coursework for school. So I'm not really on vacation, but I'm not doing stuff for my churches, which is less and means that maybe I will have a little bit more time to relax, be able to do some knitting and get some knitting done. So that would be really good. Speaking of knitting, I wanted to just wrap this up too by showing you what my progress is on my projects. I'm still plugging away on these stupid vanilla socks, which are gigantic. I think I am about halfway through the foot now. This is all that I've really knit on these this week because Philip, with him not getting on and off the bus, there was less time sitting at the bus stop. And actually the lighting, you can actually really see the coloring really well on these this morning. So that's what they look like. They're a micro striping thing. I think I'm about halfway through with the foot. So I don't know if I really sat down and worked on these, I could definitely get these finished this week, but I don't know how much I will keep working on them. It's not like David is in a rush for them because the weather is starting to get warmer and he won't wear them again until the spring. But I feel like I've been knitting on these for forever, so it would be kind of nice to finish them up and move on with them. My other project is a new cast on, which you saw a little bit of, and that is the Pierre shawl by Stephen West. And I'll show you where I am at with that one. So I have finished the first color and I've faded in the second color, which it's kind of hard to tell because it's a very subtle contrast. You can kind of see it here. The lighting is showing. You can see it's a little bit darker here and then it's darkening up through here. So I'm finished with this seed stitch section and now I've broken the first color and I am just on now to the second color. So this is my progress. I'm really enjoying this a lot. It's very potato chippy because of all of the sections and all of the different textures. So that's really nice. The yarn that I am using for this is from Legacy Fiber Arts, and they are all from the Romance collection. The first one that I use that I am now done with is called Buttercream Frosting, and it's just this very, very neutral color. It's slightly more buttery than like a natural undyed yarn would be. And this is a DK weight. I can't remember if it's all merino or if it's merino nylon. I think it might be merino nylon. So that was the first color. And then the second color is called Wedding Cake. And it is just very slightly, almost like if you think of like stuff that's tea stained, and the color is not showing up super well on camera. You can kind of see it a little bit there, but it's a little darker than it's showing up. But if I put them next to each other, you can see there is a slight difference. I knew it was going to be subtle, but I'm fine with that. I knew it's going to be a really subtle faded thing. So that's where I am on that. I've really, really been enjoying knitting that. And it's in this project bag that I got from Tanny Casey, which is really, really nice. It's a canvas project bag. Really nice quality. I got that from an Etsy gift card that my brother gave me for Christmas. So that is going to be it for the vlog this week. I will not be recording a vlog in the coming week, so there won't be one posted this weekend. But I will be back with you again in 2 weeks for another vlog. This one had some content to it, so it was kind of nice. It was a busy week, and there was stuff going on that I could show and share with you guys. So that was kind of nice to have something that was a little bit more interesting this week. So I want to thank you all for checking me out and for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed what you have seen, and I will talk to you again in a couple of weeks. Bye.